In this video, we're going to do a brief overview of some of the ways that you can set up multi-computer or multi-use in Wando. A common way for this is going to be to use Dropbox. Because the installation and download process for Dropbox changes frequently, you'll have to use their website to get it installed. Once it's installed, you'll have a Dropbox folder on your desktop, or icon. It opens the Dropbox folder. Within your Dropbox folder, you'll want to create a new folder. This folder can realistically be named anything. This is just for how you want things to be organized in your Dropbox folder. And this also works for any cloud sync service, such as iCloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, anything that allows you to have a sync folder on your desktop or your computer. Then we come in here and make a folder for our Wando workspace. In Wando, we'll go to Manage Workspaces, add a new workspace, call this one Shared. Oops, I accidentally hit enter. Go back here and set the location for this data to the Dropbox folder that we created. And then set to synced folder. And we can leave the sync rate interval at the default 60 seconds. This just means Wando only tries to do a full rescan of the folder every minute. If you're using a faster sync system, you can definitely set this lower. It will use more system resources. And that's really all there is to it. Then on your next computer, or the other place you want to add or have access to the same files, you would go to Manage, you would set up another folder or another workspace called Share, and you would point it to the same folder. And then anything that you generate or that's in that workspace will be synced between the two devices. Dropbox has a free tier, but is not completely free, and it puts all of your data into the cloud. If you want a more private solution or a free solution, then you can use Rezillo. Rezillo allows you to sync via peer-to-peer on your own network. So both computers have to be on in order to sync, because there's no cloud if you're using Rezillo. In order to use Rezillo, you'd go to their website, go to Products, Sync, and you would get a free license. Enter your name, your email address, and get the license. They'll send you an email that comes with with an attachment called Rezillo Sync. And then you'll come back here and download the software. Once downloaded, we can install. We can just leave things as default. This last option is if you want to set Rezillo to run in the background with no user interface. Once Rezillo is set up, we can agree to the license terms and privacy policies and hit Get Started. We can add, apply our license and select the file that was attached to the email. And then that's all that's necessary to get the software activated. Once it's activated, you can add your folder. You'll add it as a standard folder. Now, I do recommend setting up your folder in advance, someplace on your hard drive. on my systems, I tend to put a folder directly on my C drive and just call it sync. And then add another folder. Wando workspaces. And then just add another folder in there because I like to have a lot of workspaces. So I tend to have a lot of subfolders. Oops, and I spelled shared wrong. Once you have your folder set up, we can go back to Rezillo and hit Add Standard Folder. Select that folder. And from here, in order to get this set up on your next computer, you can either send yourself a link, you can copy the link, or you can just copy the share key. You'll want to copy the read and write key, and you'll just copy that to your clipboard. And then on the next computer, you'll want to enter key or use link, and then you just paste your key here. In this case, because this key exists here, it would give me an error if I tried to send that. But then it just syncs those up, and then anytime that both computers are online together, they will sync they will keep their files synced up.